The screen slowly fades to black, and then space emerges. A vast, empty expanse. Distant stars twinkle in the void, and the eerie silence of the cosmos is felt deep within. Suddenly, the camera zooms in on a small, lone figure floating in space. An alien child, no older than 10. Her eyes are wide with fear, and her tiny hands grip a communication device trembling uncontrollably. With a shaky breath, she presses the button, sending a distress signal into the cold silence of space. Her voice cracks as she speaks, her desperation clear. "Please! Someone! Anyone! Help me!" The words seem to echo in the void, swallowed by the darkness, unanswered. The child's planet, once peaceful and vibrant, is now nothing more than a burning wasteland in the distance. As she watches, tears well in her eyes. Her home, destroyed by a ruthless alien empire, lies in ruins. The camera pans to show her planet's charred surface, slowly burning away under the weight of a relentless attack. She's all alone, the only survivor, drifting helplessly in space. The child's message continues to repeat, but there is no response. The empty cosmos stretches out in every direction, leaving her feeling small and insignificant. The camera pulls back further, revealing more and more of the vast emptiness around her. "Where is everyone?" she wonders. "Why is no one coming to help?" Suspense fills the scene as the camera lingers on the silence, the coldness of space pressing in. Her tiny ship is too weak to escape the dangers closing in on her. The stars seem to watch, indifferent to her cries. Her distress signal bounces off distant planets and alien ships, but no one answers. Each signal seems to go unnoticed by the advanced alien civilizations that have the power to save her. Her only hope, the one small thread she clings to, is the hope that Earth, a distant and unknown world to her, might hear her cry for help. Seconds tick by and the child begins to lose hope. She glances at her screen, the distress signal still blinking. With every passing moment, the weight of loneliness sinks deeper into her chest. Just when it seems all hope is lost, a tiny blip appears on her screen. The words Earth flash in bold letters. The child's heart skips a beat. Could this be real? Could these humans, this primitive race from a distant planet, really hear her distress call? The tension builds in the silence as the camera lingers on the blinking message. The child stares at the screen, wide-eyed, unsure of what to expect. She knows humans are different. She's heard rumors from her people about Earth, a planet full of strange beings, primitive in some ways, but capable of great courage. But can they really help her? Could they save her from the destruction of her world? As the camera shifts to her face, the audience can see the fear in her eyes. The hope that Earth might answer her call is the only thing keeping her from breaking down entirely. She swallows hard, clenching her fists. The silence of space presses in once again. The camera zooms in on her face as she whispers softly, "Please." Her words are barely audible, but they carry the weight of her desperation. She wonders if this is just another empty hope, if Earth will be as indifferent as the rest of the galaxy. But the last glimmer of hope still shines through the darkness, making the audience feel her fear and anticipation. In the cold, empty void, the child's distress signal continues to echo, the silence around her growing thicker with every passing second. But then, just as it seems there's no hope left, a faint signal crackles through the static. It's barely audible at first, a faint sound among the emptiness of space. The child holds her breath, her eyes widening. It's a response. The voice crackles through the communication device, rough but unmistakable. "We hear you. We're coming." The child's heart races as she listens to the words. Could this be true? Are the humans really coming? Her trembling fingers reach for the device once more, her voice shaking as she says, "Thank you, thank you." Her tears mix with the cold, empty air. For the first time in what feels like an eternity, she's not alone. The cold silence that once surrounded her is now filled with a flicker of hope. But even as she clings to that hope, the reality begins to set in. Earth is far away. Can humans really get to her in time? And if they do, what will they do when they discover the truth about the galaxy's cruel indifference? The child doesn't know yet, but one thing is certain. Earth is her last hope. The suspense lingers, and the audience is left on the edge of their seats. Will the humans truly save the alien child, or will the darkness of space claim her too? Aboard the massive human warship Odyssey, a seasoned captain named Captain Carter stands before a glowing console, his brow furrowed in concentration. The crew around him is focused, working silently as the ship hums with activity. Captain Carter, a man who's seen the darkest corners of the galaxy, knows the importance of the message they've just received. It's a distress signal, faint but urgent, coming from an alien child stranded in deep space, surrounded by hostile forces. The captain listens closely as the signal crackles through the speakers, his eyes narrowing. The words Earth and help echo in his mind. He knows that humanity has always been underestimated by the rest of the galaxy, viewed as weak and primitive. But Carter is not one to back down from a challenge. He's been in countless battles, and each time, against all odds, humanity has found a way to survive. This time will be no different. "We're going," Carter says, his voice steady and resolute. His crew looks to him, unwavering in their determination. They all know the risk. The enemy forces that attacked the alien child's planet are powerful, well-armed, ruthless, and relentless. This will be no easy mission. But Captain Carter believes in his crew. And more importantly, he believes in humanity's ability to rise above every challenge. "We may be the underdogs, but we'll show them what humanity can do," Captain Carter adds, his voice filled with a mix of determination and confidence. His crew nods, knowing this is more than just a rescue mission. It's a chance to prove that humanity deserves a place in this galaxy. As the ship moves into position, the crew activates the cloaking device, rendering the Odyssey invisible to enemy detection. With advanced AI guiding their every move, the ship glides silently through the darkness of space, heading toward the coordinates sent by the alien child. The tension is palpable, time is running out, and they have no idea how much longer the child can survive out there. On the screen, a countdown begins, adding urgency to the mission. 10 minutes, 9, 8. The seconds tick away, and the weight of the mission presses on the captain and his crew. The vastness of space is cold and unforgiving, but Captain Carter knows they have one advantage: the element of surprise. As the Odyssey races through space, dodging asteroids and enemy patrols, the crew remains silent, every eye focused on the countdown. The captain's heart beats faster with every passing second. Can they make it in time? Will humanity be able to save the child before the enemy forces close in? The Odyssey speeds through the galaxy's empty, starless void, and the audience can feel the tension build. With every moment, the stakes grow higher. The race against time has begun, and the outcome is uncertain. Can humanity prove itself in the face of overwhelming odds? Just as hope begins to fade for the alien child, a new light emerges in the vast, cold expanse of space. The Odyssey, a formidable human warship, picks up her distress signal. It's faint, barely audible, but the crew of the Odyssey knows that the voice behind it is someone in desperate need of help. They've received signals like this before, but this time it feels different. This time it's personal. Humans have long been underestimated by the rest of the galaxy, viewed as primitive, emotional, and weak. The other alien races, far more advanced, look down on them. They mock the idea of humans getting involved in galactic conflicts, dismissing their efforts as futile. But the humans aboard the Odyssey know something the rest of the galaxy doesn't. When it comes to compassion, when it comes to doing what's right, humans will stop at nothing. Captain Carter, the seasoned leader of the Odyssey, listens to the distress signal one last time. His face hardens with resolve as he turns to his crew. "We're diverting course," he orders. His voice is calm, but carries the weight of someone who knows the risks. The child's signal is coming from deep in enemy-controlled space, and getting there will be a perilous journey. The Odyssey is alone in this mission, far from any reinforcements. But Carter knows the galaxy's idea of humanity as weak is about to change. "We'll show them that humanity doesn't turn its back on those in need," Captain Carter adds, his voice filled with unwavering determination. The crew, loyal to their captain, immediately springs into action. They prepare for the journey ahead, even as the odds stack against them. The enemy forces that destroyed the child's planet are powerful, their weapons more advanced than anything the humans have faced. But the crew of the Odyssey doesn't flinch. As the Odyssey speeds through space, its engines roaring to life, the crew braces for the dangers ahead. The ship's advanced cloaking device activates, rendering them invisible to enemy radar. They navigate through dangerous cosmic anomalies, asteroid fields, electromagnetic storms, and black holes, all while staying one step ahead of the alien forces pursuing the child. The suspense is almost unbearable as the ship races through the cold darkness of space. Every turn, every maneuver could be their last. But Captain Carter's confidence is unshaken. He knows that humanity's greatest strength is its unwillingness to give up, its refusal to back down in the face of overwhelming odds. "Prepare for evasive maneuvers," Carter commands as the ship approaches a deadly asteroid field. The crew works together like a well-oiled machine, each member understanding their role. The Odyssey weaves through the rocks, narrowly avoiding collisions, and continues its path toward the child. With the clock ticking and the alien forces getting closer, the crew of the Odyssey is about to show the galaxy what humans are truly capable of. Not just surviving, but thriving when they stand together in the face of danger. The Odyssey pushes forward, ready to save the child and prove that humanity is not the weak, insignificant species others think them to be. The journey is just beginning, and every moment is filled with tension, uncertainty, and the promise of a heroic rescue. The Odyssey arrives at the alien planet, its engines humming with power as it glides through the atmosphere, its cloaking device deactivated. The planet is a hostile one, with massive alien warships and weapons that could easily tear the Odyssey apart. As the ship enters the planet's orbit, a cold realization settles over Captain Carter. The battle for the alien child's survival has just begun. Immediately, hostile alien factions detect the human ship and launch an attack. Laser beams and missiles light up the dark sky, ripping through space as the Odyssey is forced into evasive maneuvers. The battle is fierce, with enemy warships swarming the Odyssey, firing relentlessly. But the humans are not backing down. With their advanced AI and high-tech weapons, they return fire with precision, their warships twisting and turning in the chaos of space combat. Inside the Odyssey, soldiers prepare for the next phase of the mission. While the ship fights off the enemy forces in space, a small team of highly trained human soldiers gears up to land on the planet's surface. They are equipped with advanced tech, energy shields, plasma rifles, and cloaking devices that will help them infiltrate the enemy's defenses undetected. Captain Carter watches with a mixture of pride and tension as the soldiers board the dropship. "Bring her home," he orders. The soldiers nod, their faces grim but determined. They know the stakes. The child's life hangs in the balance, and they're the only ones who can save her. As the dropship descends toward the surface, the soldiers face a world unlike anything they've seen before. The landscape is alien, with jagged cliffs and deep, dark forests. The ground is treacherous, and the atmosphere is thick with danger. But they press on, moving swiftly and silently through the hostile terrain. Meanwhile, the alien child watches from a safe distance, her heart pounding in her chest. She can see the human soldiers on the planet's surface, moving with purpose and skill as they make their way toward her location. She's never seen such bravery before. Humans risking their lives to save someone they've never met. The aliens who destroyed her planet never showed her this kind of compassion. To her, the humans are not just saviors, they are heroes. As the soldiers move closer to the enemy's stronghold, the tension builds. They are outnumbered and outgunned, but their mission is clear: rescue the child and return to the Odyssey safely. Every step is a risk, but with each passing second, they get closer to their goal. The emotional weight of the mission presses on them all. The soldiers know that the fate of the child and humanity's place in the galaxy rests on their shoulders. They won't fail. Not this time. As they approach the enemy base, the excitement is palpable. The rescue is about to begin, and every moment counts. The battle for the child's future, and for humanity's honor, is at its peak. The human soldiers, with unwavering determination and skill, make their way through the enemy stronghold, overcoming every obstacle in their path. They fight through the alien defenses, using their advanced technology and tactical training to outmaneuver the enemy at every turn. The alien forces, though powerful, are no match for the human will to protect the helpless. After a fierce battle, the humans manage to break through the final line of defense, and the alien child is safely freed. She watches in awe as the soldiers secure the area, ensuring that no more threats remain. The feeling of relief washes over her as she realizes that her nightmare is finally over. The humans have come through for her just as they promised. The child is escorted back to the Odyssey, where Captain Carter and his crew await. They greet her with kindness and warmth, their faces filled with relief and pride. "You're safe now," Captain Carter tells her, his voice soft but firm. The child, still in shock, can hardly believe it. She had never imagined that anyone, especially humans, would go so far to save her. As the child is escorted to her quarters aboard the Odyssey, she's given more than just protection. She's offered a new home. The humans promise her that she will never be alone again. They offer her a family, a place where she can heal, learn, and grow. For the first time, the child feels a sense of belonging, something she thought was lost forever. She starts to see humanity in a new light. The soldiers, once strangers, are now her heroes. She understands that their strength doesn't just come from their weapons or advanced technology, but from something deeper, their compassion and resilience. The humans didn't just save her because it was their mission. They saved her because they believed it was the right thing to do. They didn't give up on her, even when the rest of the galaxy had turned its back. As the Odyssey makes its way back through the stars, the child stands by a viewport, gazing out at the endless cosmos. The stars shimmer in the distance, a vast and beautiful reminder of the galaxy's many wonders. Yet for the first time, she doesn't feel alone in that vastness. She feels at peace, a strange warmth settling in her chest. Perhaps for the first time, she truly believes in the idea of family. She now knows that family isn't just about blood. It's about the bonds forged through love, compassion, and sacrifice. Humanity, once just another species to her, is now a symbol of hope. The child smiles softly, feeling something she's never felt before: hope for the future. As the ship travels deeper into space, the child realizes that humanity, with all its flaws, might just be the galaxy's greatest hope. The Odyssey moves on, its mission complete, but the journey for the child and her new human family is just beginning. The stars may be vast, but now she knows that she's not alone.